It's recording. So, hi, Clayton. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
What would you like to talk about today?
Um, well, I'm in school right now, and the other day I had an assignment with a homework partner where we were supposed to meet online and do an assignment. Um, but right after I messaged my homework partner with the time that we were going to meet, I got a text from my brother.
Mm.
And my brother, apparently he was across town, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and he was at a car wash, and apparently he locked himself out of his car, with
Oh,
the key inside.
mm-hmm.
Um, so I was like, oh my gosh, I just felt really nervous, like, okay, I know I got to go help, but I got to make sure I'm back in time, to do this assignment with my homework partner. So I was feeling kind of wasn't mad or anything. I felt nervous, just
Yeah.
felt like, I kind of just got to do this as quickly as I can and get back
Mm-hmm.
thing. Um uh, so I was just it just felt a little overwhelming, you
Mm-hmm.
know, when I'm like, okay, I'm going to be online in an hour with my homework partner, and then suddenly I get an emergency call from someone in the family,
Mm-hmm.
and have to drive across town. Um, so yeah, that was.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, we can stop right here.
Okay. All right. So now it's your turn to go. You're going to go through the six.
Yeah. Okay. So, something I've learned about the client, you like to be on time. It sounds like, but you want to help, you want to help your brother, but you also want to, you're the kind of person that wants to keep your commitments that you committed to, even if somebody asks you for help, you want to kind of
Right.
be there. Um, okay. What did you express verbally? You were a little nervous and worried about being back on time. You were you were a little, yeah, you were worried and
Right.
about making it to your session and also about helping your brother, doing both at the same time, kind of, they both kind of came in together.
Almost. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then nonverbal expressions. I can see like your eyes wide and opened a little bit when you were like, I was so nervous. Um,
Mm,
or like, head nodding. Your body kind of remained the same, so I didn't see a lot of change, just some head nodding or eyes wide opening wide. How do I feel? Um, I feel for you because sometimes I double book myself, and it can be a stressor to double book, to feel like you have to be in two places at one, and how you're gonna make it, and who, you don't want to disappoint someone.
yeah.
So I feel that emotion. I would probably be worried if I was in that same situation. If I had to, I already committed to something and then something new came up and had to decide, you know, do I drop one or do I try and do both? Even though they're both important, which one do I pick? And hopefully I can make both. Um, and then how can you combine the emotions that I have identified in the above question? Okay. You feel you feel you feel maybe anxious, nervous, because you had already made one commitment and then an emergency came up and you didn't want to leave your brother stranded, but you also didn't want to not be there for your assignment. Um, and I think did you say you let the person know that you might be a little late? I don't know if you mentioned that.
I don't know if I
No,
mentioned that.
I don't think you did, but yeah. So you were feeling anxious, a little nervous because you had already committed to your class, class group, classmate, homework partner, and then an emergency situation came up that was unexpected. And it was like the perfect storm in some ways. Yeah. So was that right? Was that okay?
Okay, and then the last question, what was that? Oh, you're supposed to put into words, I guess, how I feel and
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I said that's why I said you feel anxious, you're feeling nervous because you had already committed to your homework partner and then an emergency situation came up where you wanted
Right.
to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Right on.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
okay.
So we're done and we got a couple more minutes and then we do it again,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Uh, so
Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, and I was getting a little bit worried because oddly, well, I don't know if I should say oddly enough, but um on the trying to get home from across town, coming back here to be on time for my assignment, every major street is under some sort of construction.
Wow.
So two or three lane highways are down to one lane.
Mm-hmm.
So there was just a lot of traffic. Um, so I was feeling a bit irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I can get home, I can get there in time,
Mm-hmm.
but now almost every street I turn onto, there's I'm slowed down and at a stop because of construction,
Mm.
road construction.
Wow.
Um, so I just felt like, I just felt very, I mean, it's like at one point I felt good. I said, I'm not worried, that I'm like saying to myself, I'll get home on time, no problem. But then every time I turn a corner, I turn onto a street that's under construction and only has one lane open.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was feeling pretty irritated about that. Um, but after a while, I finally got past that, and that actually happened like three or four times.
Yeah.
Finally, I got past all that, and I got back onto a main street that wasn't under construction, with plenty of time to get home. I didn't need to worry about it, but it's just like when I make plans or when I tell somebody I'm gonna do something at a certain time, I kind of hold myself to that. I'm like, you know, I gotta be there, kind of thing. So but yeah, once I got over the hurdles of the traffic, um, I felt calm, I felt more relaxed, had plenty of time to get home, and so at that point it was really good,
Mm-hmm.
feeling
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, so go through the 6 questions. Yeah, I just reconfirm that you're the kind of person that honors your commitments, that wants to follow through and give the other person the courtesy when you make a commitment to be there for them and to just follow through on whatever you committed to.
Mhm.
Um, Next question. What did you express verbally? This time you didn't seem as nervous. You seem more calm. You were smiling. Oh, that's a nonverbal. Um, yeah, that you were you were a little calmer. You were a little worried about the traffic coming back going through all the construction and, but still a little worried that you might not make it in time. Um, non-verbally, um, your tone of voice seemed a little bit calmer, slower paced. Um, you smiled a couple of times, kind of like maybe thinking back, to the situation, how you got through it, even though at the moment it didn't feel like you were going to make it. But I saw
Yeah.
a couple of smiles there come up. Um, I feel, I guess maybe like seeing you more calm just kind of calmed me down too, just to kind of, your level of
Mhm.
how your emotion changed from the first time.
Right.
Um, if I had experienced that, I don't think I would have been as calm. I would have been like, especially when you talked about the traffic part, being stuck in traffic trying to get somewhere just feels like the time just moves super slow. Like it's just like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
that's not a good feeling. And then number six, you feel more relaxed, you feel calmer, you feel um not as stressed. Um, because you did make it on time, because you were able to get through the traffic, you were able to make it to help your brother and to make it to your commitment.
Right.
So you feel better about the situation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now you give me feedback. So identify one or two strengths from the session.
Um, you followed me very well. Um, I don't think you missed a beat, no matter, what line of thought was coming out of me, you were there with me. So that was really good. Did a good job there. Uh,
Okay. What responses had a positive impact?
knowing that you heard me, the fact that you were able to track with me and keep up with me, I knew you were listening to my story.
Okay. And what responses were facilitative?
Your minimal encouragers, you're nodding. Um, it's kind of like that you in so many words like would confirm, you know, what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Um, not necessarily wordy, but your expression and your movements, your eye contact is telling me you were moving, that you were with me and you were moving with me.
Okay. Um, what responses were not accurate or to what you were experiencing?
No, you didn't get it. No, you were right all the whole time.
Okay.
You
And
tracked with me and you got it.
okay. Are there any responses that broke the connection or not facilitative?
No, none.
And then just general feedback. Just
Um, you had a really good tone. You were calm. You were like, like I said, maybe, as I was telling like the first half of the story, yeah, that's where I was the feeling the nervous and about getting back in time. But then the second half is what, once I got past the traffic and, back onto a main highway, it's like I felt more calm and I'm like, okay, I'm relaxed. I got this, no problem. And you kind of you're just your physical, your facial expression, you just followed me on that. So that was really good.
yeah. That's it. That's the last question. I'll stop recording.
Okay.